All right, welcome to Teach Me Crypto, your truth-telling crypto guide. All right, so guys, I hope that you're having a beautiful and blessed day. We're going to take a look at exploring and understanding Bittrex Global today, which is another exchange. It is really important that you guys understand your exchanges so that you know where you're investing and you feel secure in your investments. Now, you're able to explore these exchanges often and almost all the time without even signing up. So we come here, we want to go into our discovery. So we go discover, and we will have our news. We'll have the employees that are working for the organization, as well as little extras. So for Bittrex, they offer a coins and tokens page where they will give you a breakdown of the coins and tokens that are available. And it should say something to you as to the ones that they choose to post here. They give you a brief description of the actual coin or token. It gives you a little bit of an understanding as far as the volume. It gives you trading pairs for the top markets. It allows you to buy now with a direct option. It gives you the links and it gives you an overview. Really simple and easy without having to read the white paper. You get kind of a basic understanding of the software, okay? And essentially money is nothing but a software. So now looking here, we see that we have tokens as well as stocks. Okay, so we have tokens as well as, crypto as well as stocks. So the stocks is not the stock from the stock market. It is a tokenized version of the stock in which you are able to buy a portion of it rather than on the stock market where you would have to buy the full stock. And that's the privilege here. Now, if I am new, I come here and I see that, Google has a tokenized option or Tesla. I want to buy Google, but I don't have 2,000 for a share, but I want to buy Google. So I can come to CoinMarketCap and I can type in Google and it will tell me that I'm able to buy it on FTX exchange as well as Bittrex. So that tells me I'm able to do that on the two exchanges. It also gives an option for mirrored Google. So if I don't know what mirrored Google is, I can simply look it up. Okay, so this is CoinGecko rather than CoinMarketCap. Okay, so on CoinGecko, you can see it gives you all just different type of a platform, but it gives you all the same information. Your market cap, 24-hour trade, all that. The trade volume, the high and low, the circulating supply, all of this, okay? So I see here the volatility, the percentage of growth, and more importantly, where I can buy it, okay? So these are the exchanges. So there's eToro X as well as Crypto.com. Those are actual exchanges that it is listed on, and these are the swaps. It looks as though that unfortunately the exchanges don't have any volume on there, and there's only volume on the actual swap. So that's where I would go to actually buy it. Okay, now it's important that you understand that it shows what trading pairs are available in order to buy it. So here it indicates that I can only use UST. So if I'm not mistaken, that's Tether. So I can only use UST to buy this on those swaps. So that's a good, and this is the price. And as you can see, it matches Google's price or trades very closely to Google's price. So pretty simple and easy to understand. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now if we go back to Bittrex, now you can, again, going through, you can see the team, the latest news articles in which they find valuable. Now, you want to be very, very attentive and attuned to everything that you're going through. And maybe, slow and steady wins the race. Just take your time as you go through. Now, the latest articles will show the newest news of value. So, for example, there are 3 times leveraged tokens that they had recently released, as well as a podcast. So podcast, very, very good information as far as government connection to crypto, COVID, resonance essentially, and the crypto market and the effect of all of it combined. So not too long, simple, and if you have a hard time listening, it does have it scripted out as well, so you're able to read it. Okay. More importantly is you learning your how-to. So again, really good that you go through this slowly. So as you can see right here, you can clearly see this section moves up and down as it is a tag indicator. So why this matters is because when you click your how-tos, it takes you through the absolute most important steps. So first is you want to make sure that you get your customer ID verification in. You do your KYC. You go ahead and do your two-factor authenticator, and you get yourself secured. Now, you can take a look at the older posts down here, so you're not limited to just the new. And if you are an organization or a company coming into this space, then you are able to take a look at the corporate accounts as well, whether a small or large business. Okay, so now going back to the latest, this is just your standard news articles. And again, you guys have all the tabs. So you're able to separate it through security, podcast, news, education, or find it all in one spot. Okay, really simple. So you go through discovering your exchange, you learn, and assuming that you like this, and again, the main page, you have options. You also have promotions often listed on the main page. Okay, so every exchange will always recommend that you use your referral link to boost your earnings, and I do the same. I would recommend the same. Okay, so you can create your account. Okay, submit tokens for listing. If you're an organization, I would assume you know less. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sign in and take a quick look at the platform. All right, so now that we're signed in, we're going to take a look. So when you sign in, it'll always open up to this page. Okay, so really simple. It always brings you to the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is essentially the main currency in the space, even though Bitcoin dominance is dropping, and I think it has dropped below 50% as of a couple of days ago, actually. Now, looking at this trading platform is all we need. So essentially, take a look at this box right here, and it's important that we pay attention to details, okay? So fine details really do matter here. So we have our order book, we have our open orders, we have our closed orders, we have our wallets. So if you have any open orders where you have placed a stop limit, for example, a market, a trailing, an OCO, or a ladder limit. So any one of these essentially, well, not a market is purchase, sorry. So any one of these going out, you will have essentially an open order. So for example, if I place an actual stop order where I want to buy Bitcoin when it comes to the 57,300 mark, then it's going to sit in the open orders. Okay, so just a quick example. So when you look here, all these that are green, I like to go off color. Colors help me. So all the greens are looking to buy. All the reds are looking to sell. So essentially all these people are saying, I would like to sell at this price and this quantity. Okay, so I would like to sell at this price for this quantity, and this gives a total value essentially in dollars. Okay, so really important that you understand what you're looking at. Okay, so same for the buys. Really easy. Now we pay attention to the tabs here because there's not just one page. There are many pages. Okay, so it tells you right here that you have 84 pages to go through, and as such when it comes to the sales. Okay, so a lot of times people will put stop losses because they anticipate a future. Obviously that's why you have some of the prices that you have. So the people that are anticipating an increase in Bitcoin, you can clearly see as you go through. This is also valuable so that you can take a look at what others think the values are going to be. So a bunch of people seem to think that it's going to hit $59. And as you can see, the totals that are going to be gained, or not gained, sorry, sold for. Okay, so really important. Now, why I consider this important is because this kind of tells me how the market is going to behave a little bit. It's like, okay, well, if all these people think that it's going to go up, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go up, but it gives you a little bit of an indication because people do affect the market as they trade. Okay, now if you take a look at the trade history right here, again, really important that you pay attention to the details. Okay, so it's really important that you understand that almost every single one of these little knickknacks and corners has an option to it. So really important that you pay very close attention to all the details as you go through these platforms. I think I've said it enough. When you go through the trades, it gives you a very good understanding of what the smart money is doing. And this, I personally find very valuable because you can again see, for example, if all of a sudden, so as I quickly went through, I noticed there was no large trade. But for example, if all of a sudden I saw somebody selling 50 Bitcoin, that, you know, at a specific price, that would tell me something. Okay, that would make me alert to the fact that the price is either below or above where the actual trade is happening at the current moment. So that's how I work with the trade history. Now, that being said, you have many, many different features and options if you are looking to do active trading and you're looking to use your charts. Very, very simple. You got your little doohickeys all right here. Oh, that actually, anyways, so you have options available to you to use. Okay, so now that takes care of that. You're able to use different styles of charts if you have a different type of a preference. I prefer the candles, so that's what I use. Now, okay, looking at this, it seems very straightforward because it is. Okay, you want to make sure that you do not try and overcomplicate things. You want to make sure that you just learn yourself the basics. Now, imagine I do not care for the trade boxes, okay? And I do not care for the trade history. All right, so it's irrelevant for me to see the closed trades, the open trades. It's irrelevant for me to see anything except for the chart, for example. I don't care for either. So I'm going to simply, I turned it too bright. We're going to simply come to the settings. Okay. Now, when you take a look at this, okay, it seems a lot more complicated than it really is. Okay, so very simple. If I just want the chart, I'm just going to come here to layout 1. I'm going to drop down and I'm going to go chart only. Okay, so really, really simple. Okay, now I can have chart preferences. I can make adjustments to the chart. So really important that you go through your platform, you learn it, and that you familiarize yourself with it and you get comfortable. Last thing, if I like this pairing, I can put it on my favorites list. And as I go through, it will be indicated. Okay, so really important. So for example, you know, someone might say, okay, well, that doesn't matter because well, it does matter. As you can clearly see, there's a significant many that will come up just simply by putting in BTC. Okay, so really simple again, just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort, and you will get yourself in the right spot. Okay, so last, as you can see, enable Bittrex preview. You can click it. You can enable Bittrex legacy. Guys, it's simple. You just want to go through and click. Your holdings will show essentially where all your assets are. For your orders, that's all of your previous orders and completed orders. Okay, So really, really, really basic stuff. Okay? Looks a lot more complicated than it is. Significantly more complicated than it actually is what it looks like. Okay? All right. So nice and easy. Have a fantastic day, and that you have a beautiful and blessed week.